Hey everybody, it's your boy Zero here doing a new Gunpla review. In today's episode, we are covering the Force Impulse Gundam from Gundam Seed Destiny. This isn't, as I stated to many of people, this is let me copy your homework, but I'll change it enough, the Gundam. This is basically the Strike Gundam with a little bit more features, aka the triple parts that make it, which is more in kin or in line with the Double Zeta Gundam situation, which I thought was an interesting idea. Because, seeing that Gundam Seed is a slight, by slight I mean complete, modern revisiting of Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam, just in general. So, the Ale Strike is basically an offshoot of the Granddaddy Gundam, so having the successor be like the Double Zeta Gundam successor was a kind of a cool idea. And, I actually did enjoy the build. It was very simple, The only thing I have beef with is the shield. I'll get to that why. But yeah, so let's get into the review and talk about this really interesting Gundam. Okay, so this is the Force Impulse Gundam with everything that comes in box. We have the sticker sheet with the disgusting amount of color correction for the wings. Because everything else is easy. V-fin on the chest, both stickers on the knees, back of the head, and forward-facing camera, scope. I believe this is for another simple piece. This is for the eyes. But yeah, very simple amount of stickers, except for the disgusting amount for the wings. We have two base adapters. This is for the actually torso part when it separates into three separate pieces. This is actually for the torso. So you can plug it in onto an action base. And this, I believe, is for one of the planes. I believe it's this one. Yeah, it's for this one. We get two beam effects. And the shield. I'm annoyed by this. Not because how easy it is, but how annoying that you actually have to literally gut one shield to make it the second shield. To make its non-transformed state. So if you want one or the other, you have to literally pick and choose. You couldn't throw in an extra yellow piece, an extra 3 red pieces, and an extra gray piece in the box. Why did you separate it? Now you're going to have people literally disassemble this, reassemble it onto the other shield if you want it to be in this closed up form. That part to me is ridiculous. Alright. So let's do the articulation. Please note, this is usually one piece. I snipped it to make it two separate pieces to give it slightly better articulation. That's the leg all the way up. It's going to have a more... this is a pretty lousy knee bend. Especially for a transformable Gundam, but... oddly enough, it's because the knee bends forward, upwards more. Because again, transformation gimmick. Foot folds forward, again, transformation gimmick. That skirt goes this way. Without the side skirts, we would get the splits. Let's pop off the hand real quick. It's a ball joint, so popping off the hands is not that difficult. That's the arms fully bent. That is bad. That's all the way out. Again, advantages of a transformation gimmick. The only problem is I had with this is this wing right here that kept popping out while I was building it. I don't know why I did. I just did. And it's annoying. There we go. That's the backpack. Surprisingly, it has the standard backpack pieces here. So technically, you may most likely be able to put any other backpack that has those ports on it to use their backpacks, which is pretty cool. But now I'm going to see if I have another one of those guys lying around that I can try this backpack on. That's not an SD lying around, Ooh, there you go. Let's try it, buddy. The Mighty Strike. I believe this is the traditional backpack adapter. Nope, never mind. Well, that was quick. Realize? No, it does not. Alright. Let's try this, dude. And why do I keep grabbing the wrong ones? This one also doesn't have a traditional backpack. I swear by everything holy, unholy, and the telecolor rainbow that lies in between. If I run into another backpack... Okay, this is just getting infuriating. You know what? For the sake of my sanity, I'm going to stop trying. Actually, one more try. Let's try one of my custom builds in the back. Just maybe. Nope. Man, 3 for 3. Talk about bad luck. Okay. But yeah, so if you have a Gundam with enough space for this piece here, you should be able to use this and then their Wizard Pack, aka Timu, Striker Pack. But all in all, I do like the design of it. It looks clean. And let's see if we can just do a quick version of the transformation stick. You have to split it in half. Take off the shield temporarily. You're supposed to keep the hands, but hey, what can you do? There we go. Boom. There you go. That's the upper half. Ridiculously easy to do. And then we do the lower half. Fold, fold. Knee bend up that way, knee bend up that way. And lastly, of course, my instructions fall right at the last hurdle. Yeah, I actually had it upside down. That's better. I was like, why does it seem off? Because it was. There we go. I take this. Ta-da, ta-da. Yeah, wrong one. Thought it was off. It's this one. Ta-da. There, that's the transformation gimmick. So, yeah. You saw how quick that was? It's not that bad. So, let's get to the summary and wrap up the review. So, all in all, the Force Impulse Gundam is a solid Gundam. Yes, I rip on it for basically being a ripoff of the Strike Gundam, but it's far enough that it's its own thing. I like to think they got their butt kicked enough times by Strike and said, let's see if we can do it better. Though, I think, I could be wrong, but I think there was like a barrier when they were trying to form the Gundam, because if it's not, why didn't nobody just shoot these pieces out of the sky? Because to me, that just seems silly that you just fly off into 3 pieces and like, let's put them together. Like it's a Megazord transformation sequence. Again, shoot the thing while it's midair. But that's just me. But enough of my ranting. But all in all, this is a good kit. Again, I'm not happy with the fact that you have to disassemble the shield constantly if you want to use it either in its not transformed state or its transformed state. I think that's stupid. The color accuracy is really good. Minus, again, the backpack. There's good color separation on this dude. It's solid. So, yeah, I would recommend picking it up. If you want to support the channel, please use the links down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. That always helps. And so, I have no idea what I'm reviewing for Sunday's episode, but I do have a Beyblade tournament that I'm entering on Saturday, so you guys can wish me luck. You know, if you're in the city in Queens and the Beyblade tournament, I guess you probably will find me there. So, I'll catch you guys on Sunday with a brand new episode. And I picked up this dude at my local hobby store. I believe our friends at Galactic Toys has some, so you can always check them out. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. The algorithm, so the algorithm notices that I exist. And yeah. And if since probably I picked up next week, I'll have a special gunpla for not next week, but the week after that. It is the Psycho Gundam, I wish. Excuse me. It is the Psycho Zaku Verka. I picked it up at my brother's store, Amazing Androids Comics in Sayville. So if you're there, pick up one for yourself. I also picked up another HG Penelope to customize for the World Championships. So if you want one for yourselves, they have those guys sitting there. They're a tad more expensive than you can get online, but, you know, but it's physically there in store. Pick up a comic or two while you're there. But so again, it's Amazing Androids in Sayville, New York. So check it for yourselves. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.